What's up guys? My name is Christina and welcome to my new YouTube channel, and if you're new here, please subscribe. I make videos weekly to bi-weekly. And for today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to contour if you're a beginner. Contouring is something that is really hard to master. I would know. I used to look so muddy and think I was like killing it. Like my freshman year of high school, I used to just put like the darkest shade and like I would just go, ooh, yeah. It was not a good look. But I'm going to give you tips and tricks on how to master a contour when you're just beginning like the journey of how to do one. And yeah. Okay, so I already have my face makeup on. Like, I already have on my foundation, my concealer. It's already been set. I already did very little eyeshadow. And, you know, I just got all that set. Okay, so before I contour, I like to bronze my face. That way I'm warmed up a little bit because I have to use a very cool toned contour shade. And plus, bronzer just warms you up, and if you don't have time to contour, bronzer is just like a godsend. It just warms you up and makes your face look less flat. Like right now, I look very flat and one-dimensional. So I'm going to use this N.Y.C Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. I broke it. This is my favorite bronzer, if you can't tell. But I'm just gonna make like a fishy face and go. And I'm using, this is just like a little Ultra brush. I got it in like a kit I bought from them around Christmas time a couple years ago. I'm just gonna warm my face up. And your forehead, because if you're like me and you have a 5 head, it just helps. And see, my face just looks a whole lot warmer and less one-dimensional. I'm going to move on to contour. I'm going to be using the Lorac Pro Contour Palette. And this is just a really good palette because it has, this is good for fair skin tones. That's good for like medium to light. And then for the darker skin tones, it has a pretty decent deep contour. Because I am so fair, I have to use the light contour mainly. If you have a very fair skin tone, you don't need to go in with this dark color because a dark color like this, because you'll just look very muddy and it won't look good. It'll make you look like a corpse, basically. Like you'll have too much contour and it just won't look good. Okay, so I'm using a NARS. It's just a little brush. Oh, you can see my handprints. But I'm just gonna tap off your extra product, because if you don't, you could put too much and it won't look good either. And then I'm just going to do what I was doing earlier with the bronzer. I'm going to go. And placement of the contour is also very important. You don't want to go like this, because that brings your face down. And you don't want to go too high up, because then it just looks weird. You just kind of, where your ear is right here, like right above your ear, that's where you want to put it to create that shadow effect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do other side. Tap out excess. I'm going to do my forehead. Like I said earlier, I have a 5 head and I like to create the illusion that it's a whole lot smaller. And yes. Wow. And then you can build it up as much as you want. Sometimes I like to go a little bit on my temples. Really depends how chiseled. A lot of people carve out their jawline. I personally don't, because I have a lot of acne right there and I feel like it highlights that. But if you have a tinier face, or if you want to carve out your jawline, you can. Just like I said earlier, just use very little product to do so. I'll use a little bit. That is sharp, sister. But okay, now that you have your contour, if you feel like it's a little bit messy, I feel like mine is, you can take some setting powder and a damp beauty sponge, or you can take a brush and you're just gonna carve out your contour. Also, I don't recommend wearing the shirt you're going to be wearing for the day, because if you're like me and you make messes, you'll be having a mess. And you can also contour your nose. My nose is already kind of small, and when I contour it, it makes me look weird, so I just put a little bit extra. Then you're just going to let that set for a few minutes. Look, I have a white beard. But I'm just going to let that set for a few minutes, and whenever I carve out my contour, I like to do something like lips or something, so I'm going to put on some lipstick off camera, and then I'll come back and wipe off the bake. Okay, it's been a minute or two, so I'm going to wipe off that bake with a kabuki brush. This is a Eco Tool. It's just a kabuki brush. And you see, that line is just a lot better. Just cleaned it up where it's a little bit less messy. And, I don't know, it looks better. That's what most makeup artists do. And I definitely am not one, but the trick seems to work. And now that you have a contour, I feel like right here looks a little bit drab, so I'm going to be taking the beige highlight and the yellow highlight. I'm just going to just lighten that up a little bit more. And it just shapes the face a little better. Now, after you contour, you can highlight. If you're not really for that dewy finish, you don't have to highlight. You can just have this very matte look. But I prefer a highlight, so I'm just going to prep my face with some e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. This is like a new product by them. It works pretty well. That just kind of meshes all of the powder you just put on your face where you don't look cakey. I'm going to use the highlight shade from the Lorac palette. Yes, I love this. This highlight shade mainly works on fair skin tones. I wish they would have used something that was a little bit better where, you know, people with darker skin tones use it. Like, I already have on lips. Why am I? You know what? Highlight to the gods. Am I right? But yeah, this I guess is the finished look. Now after all this, I recommend putting on a setting spray or prep and set if you have it, but this is like e.l.f.'s version of it. It works just as good in my opinion. And that is how you contour. One thing to make sure of is if you're very light skinned, don't go for the darkest shade because you'll look muddy. You need to go the contour shade that goes with your undertones in your skin. I have cool undertones, so I need a cool contour shade. And you can figure that out by like your foundation. If you use a foundation with an orangey undertone and it works on you, you can use warm contour colors. And if you use something like with pink cool undertones, you can use that. Or if you have more neutral, I recommend a cool contour color and just use a warm bronzer to warm up your skin. But yes, that's how I contour. Again, I'm not a makeup artist, so if like I did something wrong, please don't attack me in the comments. This is just how I contour, and I just hope it helps you guys out some way. And yeah, if you want to connect with me, you can follow me on any of my social media down below. I'll have it in the description. If you subscribe, I make videos weekly to bi-weekly. And if you want more videos like this, I can teach you how to have a flawless base. My eyebrows aren't good, but I can teach you how to do them this way if you want. Or like how to grow your eyelashes out natural. Like these are my natural eyelashes. They're pretty long. And I can show you how I got mine long. I don't know. But please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below if this helped you or if you want any of those other videos I talked about. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely week and